All right, so I don't know if we are live. Are we live? Oh, we're live. Okay. All right then. That works for me. Let's move this over and let's bring that over there. So there we go. Let's bring that up. Trying to make, no, I can't make it bigger, can I? All right, there we go. Hey Dev. Hi Amanda. Uh, Let me, hi. Hi Amanda, how you doing? Hi Deb. How's it going? Happy Friday. Right? So today I didn't make an effort to get all dressed up or whatever, y'all. So excuse me. I'm just wearing my standard white t-shirt, my favorite white t-shirt. I was just gonna say, um, I just picked up two just t-shirts like this. I think it was Calvin Klein. They used to make some plain t-shirts like this, just regular, whatever you call this. Girl, I don't know what looking good. Tomorrow I'm going to color my hair, I promise. At least get taken care of all that. Um, um, what was I going to say? Yeah, Calvin Klein, they used to make these really soft, like plain tees like this that you could just wear. It's just so easy. And I love white, right? Red and white, fave colors. So I was like, hey, that's so cool. And I go through them fast because it's white. White. I'm going to spill something, yada, yada, whatever. So if I don't know what top to wear, I just throw on a white t-shirt, plain and simple. And then the other day, yeah, y'all, I am one of those people who actually does shop at Costco. So I went to Costco yesterday, and then there's some other company. I think it's called Felina or something. They made the same shirts. I picked up two. I mean, I've never bought those before. Or maybe I have. I don't remember. It's been a while. The fabric isn't as soft. Maybe I have to wash it. Sometimes new fabric, new clothing, they have a little bit of starch in them. So once I wash them and whatever, I'm sure it'll soften down. But those, I just love it, man. I could have like 12 of them and I'd still want more white t-shirts, just plain and simple. I picked up the white and the peach, and as I was getting to the counter, like the checkout register, I'm like, I don't want any color, I just want white. But these are so easy, summertime, wintertime, even if you want a layer, it's really easy to wear. So anywho, let's get started. I don't know who's coming in, who's not coming in, who's joining us, who's not. You know, I don't know. Yeah. So also on the note of Calvin Klein, years ago, oh my God, probably about 15, 20 years ago, when I was in California, I bought these pants, but it's a super stretchy material. I got the black, I got the gray, I got the aubergine color. You just slip them on like the slip-on jeans, but it's not jean fabric. It's a thick legging fabric, like really thick, like trousers. Just the back pockets, and the front was just like mock pockets type of thing. And I think they were called legging jeans or whatever, but they were not that jean fabric. Oh my God, the thickness of that, y'all. I have worn it to work. I have worn it horseback riding when I needed, like, just pants. And I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to wear these. They're so comfortable. Wore them with boots, wore them for like legit equestrian shows. And they were so comfortable, so comfortable. And I still have them. They're still going strong, and they haven't worn out. They haven't, the stitches, those buttons, nothing has gone wrong with it. It's perfect. And I've used it like winter, fall, spring. I need something formal to work, simple, that I can just pull on, dress it up while traveling long distance. Also, I want it. They're so comfortable, and I'm just sick and tired of it. But I think about 20 times I must have put it in my giveaway bags to the what you call the Salvation Army or whatever, and then I take them out again from there. Because there's nothing wrong with it. They haven't torn, they haven't faded, they haven't frayed, they haven't nothing. I just say, it's time to go, but no, I won't let them go. That is Calvin Klein. I mean, the quality is something else over there. So, anyhow, On the note of that, okay, let's get started. So what today's video is all about, and by the way, if we have anybody joining in from my TikTok or whatever, welcome to all of you. Also, I want to make an announcement here. I do have a TikTok account, so please go to TikTok and show me your support, follow me. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to build up the followership. Because with that I can do a lot more in TikTok, and I'd like to do that. I'm not giving up YouTube, but just spreading my wings a little bit. So please help me. I would so appreciate you all. And then also I wanted to say, those coming over from TikTok, welcome. And just for entertainment purposes only, these are my observations, my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. And these are allegedly. So Trump released a statement saying, I'll read it out. It says, based on the highly provocative statements of the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, who is now the deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia, of the Russian Federation, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions, just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, historically, we know, we have evidence that Mr. Trump here, he has made these kind of threats to Kim Jong-un, remember, way back when? And then after all that flexing muscle, my nuclear weapon button is bigger than yours, that kind of bullcrap kind of stuff, which they all do, flexing, right? Nothing came of it. They met 2-3 times, and then he thought he could go and influence Kim Jong-un to give up his whatever, and he's like, piss off, dude, So this could be another one of those flexing, false, false, what's the word? Threats or whatever, we don't know. So let's take a look. Let me move that back a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. Reset. So this Dmitry guy, he was born on 14 September 1965. We don't know his time of birth. Leningrad, Russia. He has Sun in Virgo, Moon in Taurus, Mercury in Virgo, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. Very interesting. And he also has the 2nd, 8th, and 11th houses. So he is very, very meticulous in terms of his planning, taking actions, thinking things through, very analytical. And he also has that, I can understand why he now has a Security Council, whatever. Mars in Scorpio. Mars is in its own house. Mars loves it. So, and Venus also in Scorpio. So anywho, let's take a look and see what's going on. Trump, he has Sun in Gemini, Moon in Sag, Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Cancer, and Moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is not necessarily as strong. Well, take that back. Let me take that back. Mercury in Cancer, Moon in Sag, Mars in Leo. My bad, Mars in Leo. Mars, Leo is ruled by the Sun, and then you have Mars over there. So yeah, is it? We all know he does tend to kind of, flex his muscles anyway, but a lot of chesting and, that sort of stuff. He does that, but in this case, I don't know if it is between the two of them. I will think that Dmitry is more likely to take the initial step. So let's see what this is going on. Whoop. Uranus. Okay. I just want to know what this whole situation is about. Venus and Jupiter. All right, let's set these bad boys down. We have government. We have this lady. And we have this lady. I mean, this guy. not necessarily the best of, all this positioning and all this chesty, getting all chesty and getting all like, you know, that sort of stuff is not necessarily the best of situations of all the times. Remember earlier when I used to do my political things, my computer would always, hi Joy, how are you doing? It would always glitch and whatever. Well, just before I was going to start the reading, I opened up my computer and it was blank. I had to restart it. So I'm thinking, here we go, another political reading, right? So let's take a look and see. Come on, buds. Let's get organized. Lucinda, hi, how are you doing? That doesn't mean anything. It's all about wanting to, I'll just leave this guys here. 4, 5, yeah, it's all chesting, y'all. It's just all wearing a mask, it's all chesting, wheels are turning, and here we have this. Clearly, it is a nautical thing, correct? The cogs are turning, correct? This is a mask. So this is all chesting business. I don't know, it sounds weird when I say that, chesting business, correct? All right. Oh, maybe this is, oh, please don't fall. That is an expensive item. I do not want it to fall. All right, so let's see. So looking at the cards, Uranus over here, we know that's a bit of a heavy hitter, right? Uranus does talk about sudden changes and shocks, etc. And we have 5, which is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is Taurus energy, correct? So it talks about order, institutions, government agencies, and that sort of a stuff. So there could be sudden switches. We may have unexpected responses. Be prepared for that, because Trump has so Dimitri may have spoken the said word, but Trump has taken action. So he's not only just what do they call that when they play poker, like I raise you whatever type of thing. So Trump has raised the stakes. He's like, okay, I'm going to take action and I'm going to do it. I'm not just going to talk about it. And then you have Venus, and then you have the Empress card. Empress card is also ruled by Venus. Hi Prairie, good to see you. Look over here, distractions. Yeah. So this obviously has a lot to do with the land, the land as in not like a land grab, but territoriality. And then you have Jupiter and 15, which is a devil card, which is Capricorn. It talks about dependencies, control, on the positive side, letting go of fear and moving towards liberation. But this is dependency and control, and Jupiter is sitting over there. So Jupiter is like trying to emphasize, magnify. It's all about control, and it is a power struggle, isn't it? It really is. So let's take a look and see what else is going to pop up over here. What are we to expect from this? What are we to expect from this? The 6 of Cups, followed by the 8 of Cups, followed by Why we're getting a lot of sixes, six of swords. We'll take these two. The world card and the ace. So let us, let me do this really quick. Oh my god. Let me, that is not what I was looking for. I'm trying to find something over here. Okay, never mind. So we have a lot of sixes. So six of cups and then eight of cups. What this is telling me is, yes, they may suddenly realize once this drama goes up. Okay, so here's the thing. Politically speaking, military wise, sometimes you may take a step, you may take action, and then you may think, oh, we can stop it at any time, we can go back. Yeah, sure, but there are also some times where once you take that route, there's no turning back. You got to follow through on that. So there is a little bit of, what's the word, immediately, like after the statement was released, he's like, oh, maybe I should have waited a little bit of regret, wishing he could go back. I'm talking about Trump. He could go back and revisit some of the communications and conversations he's had with the Russian premier, president, whatever, and then you have the eight of cups, which is saying, but then really quickly he also switches because he's very mercurial and he's like, nah, I'm just going to walk away from the situation. But with the six of wisdom popping up over here, this is not necessarily going to be a good move for Trump, because I have a feeling the wisdom is kind of lost over here. It may almost seem like, what's the word? We may not immediately see it, but this could escalate on the quiet. On the quiet, it will definitely escalate. Absolutely escalate. We're going to see some other drama pop up in a little bit. And then you have the world card, okay, and followed by the ace of cups. Now the world card is ruled by Saturn, and it talks about things coming full circle. The problem is, considering the situation we are in right now and where Saturn is in Pisces, and Pisces is water, and we know there's been a whole bunch of drama going on in terms of tsunamis and the weather and flooding and yada yada. This is not a nice situation, because Saturn also sitting in Pisces, and here he's talking about nuclear submarines. This could end up being, there could be an exchange of action between the two in the said waters, okay? So wherever that falls under, whichever part of the ocean, there could be a bit of a confrontation. I absolutely think there could be a bit of a confrontation. And then you have the ace of swords, which says you have to have some sort of a clarity, you have to have some sort of a what's the word, reasonable thinking, think before you take action. But is there clarity? Okay, the universe is saying the governments have to have clarity, but I don't know if Trump does. This could be a situation that could backfire very easily on Trump. And again, we are talking about Saturn. We are talking about Saturn sitting in Pisces. We are talking about submarine, which is obviously water related. I don't think this is a good move. It's not necessarily. We have the Lord of Wisdom. Then we have Nine of Cups. Oh, I should move him here. Hang on. Nine of Cups. Then we have the Three of Wisdom. 10. See? Oh, man, this is crazy. And then the Parfait, which is the Magician. Okay? Wait, I didn't show you all the cards. Let me just show you all the cards. Okay? Yeah, this is are there two cards in this? Oh, there are two cards in this. There we go. And it's, oh, see, it's all this cerebral thinking here. Let me back them up. And then you have the magician here. Are there two cards in this too? No. There you go. So what this is telling me is, look, the universe is saying we have to have absolute clarity because there could be an exchange. I'm not going to say exchange of fire, but oh, they'll move 10 feet further in the water and, you know, we'll move another 10 feet and too close for comfort. Oh, excuse me. Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Oh, gosh. You don't have to call me ma'am, but that's very polite. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, you know, oh, they cross the waters and the, you know, the territories, and then, you know, that sort of stuff. There could be a little bit of drama with the Greek. We've got to be super duper careful. This could actually escalate not into full time war type of a situation, but it's going to get a little bit messy. And it's not necessarily a good kind of messy that will be resolved. There'll be some kind of a ripple effect. So we have to be very, very careful. Absolutely, there is going to be what do you call the international agency that deals with all of this, United Nations or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if they also step into it. Whether they have the jurisdiction or not, I don't know. Then we have the Nine of Cups. So it's interesting that the Nine of Cups pops up over here because the Nine of Cups talks about, you know, wishes coming true. But wishes coming true for whom? That's the question, right? Let's take a look at that and see whose the wish is coming true for. Because if it is coming true for man Chump, then he is purposefully like trying to wake up the bear, right? Poke the bear. Who is this wish is coming true for? Oh, the Two of Cups. Look at that. Wow. I wonder if this has to do with his partnership or his need to try to form a coalition with any of the other countries in that neck of the wood. But hang on, I'm not too clear about why this is popped out. So let's give it a shot. We'll turn around back to it. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, got it. So in terms of partnerships, who this is coming up for, who is the one who's going to have wish fulfillment? I don't think it is Trump. I think this aggravation is going to be wish fulfillment for the Russians, because for them they feel that their partnership with another country, with another force, with another entity is actually going to strengthen, because it'll be like, you know, see, you know, that sort of a thing. We all know in the political world how all that happens. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. They're going to hang on really tight to that partnership. Now it's all about territory. Who managed that part of the ocean, right? Who we know China's already trying to get into whatever other country, and these Russians are playing hooky over here. This is not a good situation for the United States. It is not. It's a free reading. What? I'm doing well. Thank you so much. How are you doing? Thank you. I hope it's. Oh, thank you. I would like to know what kind of abundance universe sending my way. Please shuffle card. Okay, Rani, this is like a not for a specific. Um this is not like for personal readings. So if you want like readings like that, what you're asking, I will be more than happy to do it. You need to join in on Wednesday. Wednesdays, same time, 6:30 p.m. I do for members only, and there they can ask these type of questions. This is like for public. I don't try. I don't usually do. But since you're asking, give me a few minutes. Let me finish this, and then I will, if I have time, I will address your question. Otherwise, I would advise you to please join on Wednesdays. It's for members only. I don't televise it for anybody else. And there, you know, I do personal readings, short, quick readings. Okay, so if I have time after this, I will do it. Otherwise, it's going to be on. No, you don't need to apologize. That's fine. I mean, you didn't know, right? Because this is an open forum. I can do a quick reading for you, but it's not going to be kept private, right? Any number of people will be watching it. But on Wednesdays, it's for members only who have subscribed. So that's a limited number of people. So for the most part, it is a small, tight-knit group. I'd like to grow that, but it's a tight-knit group, and respect for one's privacy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you, though. So it's all about the partnerships, and it's all about control in that neck of the wood. And if they are able to combine together, and if they're able to kind of manage and keep a good tight control of on the major part of the oceans over there, they get to benefit, right? Then we have three of wisdom. So what this is telling me is, um, you a little bit of a situation. Trump may end up having somebody actually mm, extend some assistance, although he's not the kind who's going to say, oh, I need your help. He's not. But if somebody steps forward, somebody as in any one of those bigger agencies or even within a government steps forward and says, maybe I can go and I can talk and I can de-escalate or whatever, because this situation has a potential to escalate. Absolutely it does. He is not going to be so quick to accept that, because he's like, look, here's the deal. Okay. um, he's not the kind of person who is going to say, I'm sorry. Okay. He's like, the, the ball is rolling, we'll let it roll, we'll see what happens. He's almost like a false sense of bravado over there. And then you have the squire of wisdom followed by the magician. What this is telling me is, at some point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if what's his name, Putin gets involved in this, and he goes, um, Trump is moody like a teen girl. Yeah, I hear you. Putin might step in, and he might, there might be an internal communication or conversation going on between Dmitry and the higher officials and Putin, and he may step in and say, hold on a second, hold on a second, this is not how things are going to go, according to whatever, rules and regulations or whatever international treaties or agreements or whatever, this is not how things are going to work. And this definitely, absolutely has the potential to escalate. But when I say escalate, I don't mean in full all out war, I mean in a little bit of strife in that area. Okay, so we can go forward and we can look at other things. Oh, now let me set these guys aside. Hang on, y'all. I'm just going to pick up another deck. Show me what else I need to see. Let me do this really quick. It has every chance to escalate. Absolutely every chance to escalate. It has every chance to escalate. But like I said, not like, full on nuclear, exchange of powers, but there will be some conflict. So Rani says, oh, thank you, Rani. You are very kind. Thank you. So let's see. Judgment. Wheel of Fortune. See, there's going to be some, yeah, y'all, I'm telling you, there is going to be some sort of a drama, right? And he's a Virgo, right? And then we have the Magician. He's popped up twice already in this reading. Knight of Swords. Wow, this is getting a little heavy, y'all. We already have 3 major arcanas out of 4 cards. Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands also. Whoa, military is going to get involved in this. Absolutely. Announcements will be made. Things are going to change really fast, y'all. The Fool card. No. The World card. Man, look at the number of major arcanas popping up over here. I'm like seriously surprised. This is Ace of Cups. Ten of Wands. The Strength card. I hope I didn't ruin this card. Okay, so that's 10. I take 3 more. We have the Hangman, right? We have the Hermit. Good Lord. Y'all see me shuffling, right? And yet we have all these major arcanas. I'm just blown away. And the King of Swords. Y'all, seriously. Okay, so let's take a look. 10, 11, 12. Out of 13 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcanas. This is no like BSing. This is like legit stuff. So we have Judgment, right? Judgment, as we know, is a Plutonian energy. So there is going to be some announcements or quick changes. I'm not going to say like change on a dime, but it's change on a dime, but hey, we were expecting it. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is telling me that, that's a Jupiterian card, right? It's a Sagittarius card, and it talks, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Things are going to be changing really fast. There will be announcements, there will be progress with regards to this situation, okay? The situation is ever changing. Then we have the Magician. The Magician is again a Mercury card. It's all about the communications between the agencies, etc. What is this fellow's thing? His Mars, Moon, Mercury is in Virgo. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up and he says, hey, hold on a second, that's the Dimitri guy, I'm sitting in because he's central over here, I'm sitting in a really good position over there. So I'm not afraid of whatever you're threatening or planning on doing or whatever. At the moment, it looks like he has a higher upper hand. And then you have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So Virgo, right? So this and quick changes will be coming out. Quick changes, quick information. Knight of Swords. There's a quick charge, and then you have the Knight of Wands. A little bit of stubbornness, ego, and then taking quick action, coming from an ego point of ego or an egotistical stance. And then you have the Fool card. The Fool card is ruled by Uranus, and it says, yes, there is going to be new beginnings, but then for new beginnings, there has to be taken a lot of risk. You have to take a lot of risk. And then you have the World card, which is Saturn, things coming full circle. And then the Ace of Cups. Here's the thing, the way these cards are laying down, I feel like for Dimitri, he's sitting in a better and stronger position. And he also has the Ace of Cups over here, which is a good position for him, because it's saying that a new proposal, a new offer, a new opportunity will be offered to him from within his government. So either they may say, okay, go ahead with whatever, or they may say, listen, or he may say, all right, I'm going to give you an opportunity to pedal backwards. And then you have the card of oppression for Trump. See, it's not looking, this scenario is not looking good for Trump, because I think he's kind of bit off more than he could chew on. I shouldn't say that. I think he's kind of, he thought that by threatening, because this is a kind of a threat, right? That they're going to back down or whatever. But keep in mind, based on his statement, he's saying that Dmitry made some statements that could escalate and words could are powerful, etc., etc. So look at Trump. He just throws, warnings and accusations and, or else type of things willy-nilly without even thinking. Well, his words also, he has to weigh his words before he throws all caution to the winds, right? Because words could be misconstrued. So I feel it's going to be a bit of a burdensome situation for Trump more than anybody else. And then you have the Strength card. Strength is Leo. Ooh, okay. The Strength card is Leo, and he's third house communication, and he's a Virgo, 12th house. Look, either way you look at it, it is not looking too very good for Trump, because he should have really I made a mistake. It's not the Strength, it's the Wands, 9 of Wands. I apologize. So that changes something. So you go from oppression, which is 10 of Wands, to 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, what is 9 of Wands? Because I'm looking at this card, and I'm like, that doesn't look like a Strength card. So I do apologize. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 13 cards are major arcana. So I do apologize. This isn't the Strength card. This is the 9 of Wands. So going from the 10 of Wands to 9 of Wands, it is oppressive. But then again, as far as Trump is concerned, 9 of Wands is telling him, like, stay within your bounds, stay within your limits. Because if you move any more, I was going to say equipment, any more ships or any more submarines closer, like he said, he's given permission for 2 to move in. If that increases, right, if our marine naval whatever, we increase our presence over there, that is not going to be a good thing at all, because right now the universe is saying stay within your bounds. The Hangman is saying, listen, just let things be for the moment, don't push it. This is, you've done this, you've made this move, don't push it any further, don't add to it, just let things stay where it is and keep quiet. And then the Hermit card. Hermit card is a Virgo card. Look, Virgo is Dimitri's sun sign. The Virgo card is going to be doing a lot of analysis, a lot of thinking about what's going on, a lot of behind the scenes communications and talks. And then you have the King of Swords. That's when there's going to be major conversations going on from government to government. So right now the advice is Trump really needs to keep quiet, because it's a bit of an oppressive situation for him. Warning is stay within your bounds, stay within your limits, just let it go. You did this, leave it, don't escalate it, don't add to it, don't move any more ships or naval presence over there. Just leave, because this guy is sitting in a much better position. Absolutely a much better position. I'm telling you, y'all, this is ridiculous. This is the kind of escalation that's going to cause a little bit of a drama. Not necessarily, the third world has started, but it's all flexing muscles and, talking smack, right? Each one is talking smack about the other type of situation. But either way, I think Trump should kind of back up, and he should kind of hush up for a little bit. He made this move, just keep quiet, don't do anything further at the moment. Let the hangman take effect. Hangman is, like I said, right? Just let things be, status quo. And Trump is also going to be caught in a situation where he may not have the support from his team, from his government, from his team to escalate this any further. They will not. His advisors will be like, no, dude, don't do this. So, my bad. Okay, so Ronnie, she says, not the hangman. Okay, so let's take a look at some other situations. Let's see. Oh, we have only 6 people today. Interesting. Okay, so what are the questions you'll have with regards to this particular reading? Any questions? No questions? Nobody has any questions? Okay, I suppose this is a very boring situation. But it will escalate. So one thing I wanted to do while we're here is, there's all this drama going on with regards to how Ghislaine Maxwell, the Epstein's madam, she's moved from this prison from Florida to somewhere else or wherever. I saw on the news that they said Florida to um, like low, um, with the least amount of security type of prison. I don't know, whatever it's called, right? So it's not maximum security prison, it's the minimum security prison, or some drama like that. So people are all up in arms. The victims' families are like, how is that fair? And that sort of a stuff. And I think Virginia Giuffre's family spoke out. I just saw 2 minutes. I think her sister-in-law said, look, our victims, like, oh, that's just not right. I mean, how are y'all, I mean, she's a criminal. Why are y'all letting her go to a minimum security prison? Like, why? So let's take a look at that and see what's going on with that Ghislaine Maxwell's drama. The Wealth card. 10 of Coins by the Princess of Wands. Okay. Followed by the Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. Lot of feminine energy. Whoa, okay. And then the Five of Pentacles. Wow, this is interesting, y'all. I mean, she's got like a lot of feminine energy around her. So, interesting. By the Two of Wands. Good Lord. Huh. We have the Strength card. We have the Emperor. We have the Tower. Okay. We have the King of Swords. Okay. Hi, Delvin. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Lover's card. Good Lord. She has a lot of feminine energy around her. Ten of Wealth. There is a lot of abundance of protection. She is not hurting for money in any way, shape, or form. She will never. She's got the Princess of Wands. She's got the Queen of Wands, and she's got the Queen of Swords, and she's got the Five of Pentacles. So what this is saying is, she may feel like she's going to be left out in the cold, but she's not. Absolutely not. She's got a lot of support, a lot of people supporting her from behind the scenes. And then you have the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is, there is definitely a waiting period for her, because there is going to be some travel, there is going to be some movement for her. And the Strength card, okay, is Leo. Now here she should have the courage and the fortitude to be able to take this decision to move. When I talk about move, I'm talking about traveling, like physical traveling. Then you have the Emperor. Now here's the thing, the Emperor is right under the Queen of Wands. So here's the thing, Emperor, you could consider him to be the president of the country. Queen of Wands, you could consider it to be the DOJ or whatever. What's her face's name? Is that Blondie? Is it Blondie or is it the other chick? I don't know who it is. So he is going to be giving permission and saying you need to get her out of there or whatever, for her own safety and security or whatever. It's all, y'all, they're all in cahoots with each other. They're all in bed with each other, these bunch of criminals. And then you have the Tower card. But the point is, if there is going to be any plans made for her to actually conveniently escape, or she's in minimum security prison and we don't know what happened, all of a sudden she's gone missing, or while she's traveling there is a chance that something could happen and she could be eliminated. This is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. Then you have the King of Swords, and you have the Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Lover's card. Here's the thing, the government is going to do everything they possibly can to distance themselves from this situation. Even if she goes missing or something happens to her, they're going to do everything they possibly can to distance themselves. We don't know what happened, we don't know what happened, or well, there is a investigation going on and we'll figure it out, we'll see, we'll let you know. But the Lover's card is a Gemini card, so we know that talks about dualities, choices, partnerships, etc. But here, this is President Trump again, because he's a Gemini. I will tell you that she absolutely is, I'm not going to say like, hey bud, how are you doing, kind of a level of communication, but there's absolutely a closer bond, or I shouldn't say bond, a closer association than one would think. And she is absolutely going to go to wherever she's going to have some sort of a security. That's where she wants to go. She wants to just kind of meld away and slink away and let all this fly over, all the dust settle, whatever. But if she survives any attempt made on her life, she will absolutely get away. There is a high chance that she could also be given a lesser sentence, or say time served. If she is not eliminated, if there's no attempt at her life, this is going to her imprisonment is going to end pretty fast, pretty soon. She's not going to serve all the time, right, that she has been sentenced for. There'll be like time served and this, that, and the other, and she'll be done. So, okay, what are the questions? Yeah, these cards are beautiful, actually. What is it called? It's the Heaven, no. Yeah, it's the Heaven and Earth Tarot. These are some beautiful, the artwork in this is just stunning. I like it. It's very muted, right? It's really pretty. And even the front of the card, it's very soft and, right? Look at this. Very pretty. All of it, very pretty. So I'm just showing you a couple. So any other questions, y'all? Nobody has any questions? Oh, wow. I did put up a video on YouTube for the sun signs for the month of August 2025 general reading, but I didn't do timestamps, and I got an email from Ellen Ayers, and she had said, Kirtana, pin my comment because the timestamps are there, and I didn't get a chance to pin her comment. I'm going to do that once this video ends, once this live stream ends, so that way people will know. So also I would encourage everybody to give me a thumbs up, and please refer my channel to other people so I can improve my members or subscribers. And also Wednesdays is membership only, so please join. And also join me on TikTok, y'all. I do post quite, I've started to repost there regularly. So tomorrow morning I'm planning on doing a quick video over there. So Ace of Cups. How pretty is this card? Look at this card, y'all. So whimsical. So yeah, it's very telling, isn't it? All right, y'all. Any other questions regarding any current political situation? Let's not look at any cases, but political situation. So, no questions? Nobody has any questions? Wow, very quiet. So, no questions? Do 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 do. I don't know how to. I'm going to look at it later and see if I can. Hi, Brenda. Are you still live? Can hardly hear this. What? I am live. What do you mean you can hardly hear this? Anybody else having trouble with the volume? Gavin Newsom and Spencer Pratt. We can do a quick reading for them. Why? Even the other day, somebody else was saying that they couldn't hear properly or whatever. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. I seriously don't know. Let me just do the numbers, numerology for them. Gavin Newsom. Spencer Pratt is with 2 T's, correct? Spen, S-E-R. Okay. So give me 1 second. Let's do a quick reading for that. Okay, volume is fine. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look. So 9 and 9, 18, 19, 26, 15, 16, 17. Well, I'll tell you what, right off the bat, Gavin Newsom's partnerships and associations are coming up. Absolute partnerships and associations. You're at a whisper. Oh my God, Brenda. I don't know what's going on, Brenda. Sorry, girl. Everybody else can hear me fine? Okay. I haven't meddled around with my mic and all of that. I think all of it is video capture device. Everything is fine over here. So let's look at that really quick. Yeah, everything is fine. So for Spencer, it's all about his 4th house, right? And 4th house, we know it's about his home environment, etc. How he feels, his emotions regarding his home, and we all know he's very upset, his happiness, that sort of a thing. But for Newsom, it's the 7th house. 7th house is, partnerships, relationships, anything to do with that, litigation, marriage, all that kind of stuff. It's all institutions. Intuition in terms of what's the right thing to do in terms of your partnerships and associations. So yeah, 7 and 4. Let's see what the situation is. Pluto. Let's do one more. Mercury, communication. Water. Look, what's his name? Spencer has got to be careful with his communication. He has to be really, really careful. The Hermit. Spencer's got to be careful. Spencer's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. I'll tell you why. Because he is speaking the truth. There is no doubting that. But there's going to be a big attempt made to hush him down. So if he keeps talking, he's going to build the momentum where people are going to be like, hey, dude, will push you forward in terms of, may pick up some momentum in terms of his presence in politics or whatever. I'm not saying he's going to run for politics, but he'll be central. But here, whatever is there that has been hidden thus far, it's going to be pushed out to the surface. Okay, all the shoots that's going on in the behind the scenes and all the shenanigans this government agency is doing in terms of Gavin Newsom's government over there, it's all going to be brought out in the open. There's a regeneration and attempt. See, in the past, if anybody has tried to oust them or out all the dirty secrets, they have been subdued. But now an even more bigger attempt is being made to bring all that to the surface. And then you have Mercury, right? As we know, Mercury is all about communication. So by using social media in the way he's communicating, he could actually bring down Newsom. And on the other hand, Spencer could be brought down because of the way he's communicating with people. He has to be very careful. Then you have the water, the emotions, which is the sixth house. Sixth house talks about friends, enemies, good health, bad health, and then you have the strength card over there. So I would recommend him to stand strong. He has to be very careful. Spencer has to keep his friends close and his enemies even closer. He really should. So there could be a situation of, oops, he drowned type of thing. So be very careful. Because these are big people, doing shenanigans. That's the thing. It's David versus Goliath, right? So we have the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups, Princess of Pentacles, and then we have the Fool card. So the King and the Queen here are looking in opposite directions. So there is a chance that Newsom's partnerships are going to come into the foresight, and the shenanigans. See, this card is not too good for me at the moment, because the King of Wands is looking in the other direction, and the Queen of Swords is here. She is ready to cut off anybody's head who's going to go against the king. So keep that in mind. So Spencer's got to be careful, and he may be under the illusion that everything is, he's been so successful and calling all this out and all, but it's an illusion. I mean, he has been calling out, he has been successful, but if there's any illusion, brain fog, he has to eliminate that. He's got to be very, very, very careful. And there's going to be somebody reaching out to him and say, hey dude, like, do you really want to continue this, or we need you to come so that we can have a conversation. Maybe Gavin Newsom would reach out to him and say, hey, I hear all this chitter chatter going on, maybe you need to come, and I'll be happy to show you the books and this, that, and the other. And this guy is going to be, this is like new horizons, new chapters opening, but there is a lot of risk. So this guy has to be very careful. If anybody calls him and says, hey, come and sit and talk with us, the government agency will show you all of this, he's got to be careful. Even if he goes to court and starts a case against files a lawsuit against the Newsom's government or California in general, he has to be very careful. So that's that. Anything else, y'all? Hmm. So, I am going to do something here. Oh, Debbie says he has filed a lawsuit against California. Holy moly. Thanks, Deb. That's confirmation right there for us. What is going to be the outcome of that lawsuit? Ask me to shuffle again. I don't know, I keep getting in my head that he's got to be careful. Okay, show me what I need to see. Oh, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Because I'm doing reversals now. That's why I shuffle the cards like that. Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Ace of Wands in the upright. Who is this guy? The Knight of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so let me pull out some more cards. The Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Lot of Pentacles, because obviously a lot of money, government. Pentacles also is government. Who's this guy? Three of. Wow, look at the artwork on this. Excellent. I'm just floored by this artwork. Three of Pentacles. I'm sorry, did I say this was Three of Pentacles? Then you have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Then this is the Ten of Pentacles. Look at all the Pentacles coming up here. And then you have the Hermit card. The Seven of Wands. And the Chariot card. Look, he's going to have to be super duper careful. So if anybody, tries to make an offer to him in terms of, hey, come and talk to us, we'll give you this much money, that much money, it's not necessarily because you're going to rescind that offer. Then you have material gain. But for him, he also has to be careful because if he's smart, okay, it's your moral compass. If he's smart, he will know how to go about figuring out who is the one who's really responsible for offering him a financial settlement to shut his mouth and go away. On the other hand, he is also going to be able to, if he says, no, you guys can go kiss my tutti patooties, I'm going to go forward with this case, a lot of details, information is going to come out with regards to this money. Then you have the Ace of Wands. He will be principal in this, but I fear for him also for his safety and security. Then you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So action is going to be, if he stays put, he's fine, and he pursues this, very slowly they're going to move. The courts are purposefully going to move slowly, okay, because they just want Gavin Newsom out of there. and they're going to do everything they possibly can to hush things up, because I think he's most likely going to be running for 2028. But Pratt has to use prudence, and he has to continue to chip away. If he continues to do that, um, there are going to be people who are going to fall away from him, because they're like, yeah, you're a bit toxic, it's dangerous, we want to fall away. However, he has the Knight of Pentacles, which says, again, a slow moving information is going to come towards him. So the case is going to go slowly, but if he sticks to it, all the other people who he thought were going to support those floozies are going to fall off, but he's going to be able to get information from other people and help from other people, but it's going to trickle, be very slow. Gina B, hi everybody, she says. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, so people are going to help him, right? The real people. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the Ten of Pentacles. So with regards to the business, things will happen. He will be able to expose, per se, if you will, with regards to all of this. But he has to really watch his steps. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is telling me another thing. Whoever is responsible for the finances of the city, the state of California, that individual is going to play a very important role in this. What do they call them? The controller general, or whatever they call them, right? And then the Hermit card. Investigations are going to be opened up. Here's the thing. Investigations will be opened up. They're going to go looking for shit to pull up with regards to Spencer. And he has to fight for his defense. He has to fight to protect himself and make sure that his reputation is not sullied. And then you have the Chariot card. As long as he maintains his balance and uses his common sense and is very cognizant of his limitations, he will be fine. But there's always a but. He is going up against a lot of highfalutin people, right? A lot of powers. And particularly if Newsom is going to be running for 2028, they're going to do everything they possibly can to clean up his diapers, right? Or change his diapers, if you will. You know what I mean? So there's that, y'all. There's that. So what else, y'all? What else is going on? So I think I'll just leave those cards. I fix it, turned off. And, oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad, Brenda, because I was beginning to worry. I was like, why is she having trouble with the... Because my audio is all maxed. So, you heard about it for people? Yeah, I have. I have heard about that case. Isn't that terrible, Gina? Oh my God, that poor baby. That is a terrible, terrible situation. Oh, that's a terrible situation. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to do a reading for that, Gina. I know you didn't ask, but I'm not going to, because it's just too horrendous. I don't want to do it. You know, so I have a little bit of stress because of work and some things. So some other stuff that's going on around me. I've been a little off mood all day. I don't want to get any more negative, you know what I mean? So, oh, they will. They absolutely will. I don't think it's just one individual. I think there's somebody else who might have assisted him, the Goofus McGoofus. So, but at least the baby's safe. And like I was telling somebody the other day, at least the authorities found the baby and not some freaking pedophile who see this baby and pick up this baby and Lord knows do what with the baby, right? So I'm just saying, thank God the baby's star, somebody was watching over the baby's safe, right? Although I can't imagine, I mean, good Lord, imagine that little baby, man. Oh my God. Oh, Gina, it's okay, it's life, right? We go through these ups and downs, and you know, work gets to you sometimes, and sometimes your brains just get fried because it's so much happening, but such is life, and we get over it. Tomorrow's a new day, and you know, new energy and whatever. But yeah, that's the thing, y'all. I remember I used to do a lot of readings for these missing kids and all that. Man, that stuff took such a toll on me. It's very difficult, particularly when kids are involved. So yeah, but that's about that. Anything else? Let's take a look and see. Oh, thank you. Let's take a, thanks Gina. Let's take a look and see. I'm just curious to know if, oh my word, the cards are flying. I was just wanting, let me see really quick, when is this? Hang on, y'all, just give me 1 second, okay? Because Gavin Newsom, let's see. Gavin Newsom. October 10th, hang on. October, stay in browser. What's his middle name? Christopher. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me do this right away because I'm curious. Christopher. Okay, so we had 7 over there, right? So 18, 27, 30, 30, 40, 51, 60, 67, 13 plus 4, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 10, 16, 6 plus 1. You know, I hate to say this, but he might actually, hi Ari, he might actually have a pretty decent chance, Newsom, gruesome Newsom. His chances. But the interesting thing is he's got 7, so his chances is all subject to who he picks as his running mate. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Sun card, holy moly, y'all. I'm just freaking blown away. October 10th. What is he? October 10th. He's a Libra. Oh my word. Hang on, y'all. Libra. So 2 and... Wait. He's a Libra, so 2nd house is 7th house, Libra. 2nd house is Scorpio, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? He actually has a good chance. Damn. But who he picks as his running mate is what is going to determine whether he has a good, thing. So, oh my word. Oh shit. Well, if somebody can please post the timestamps for this video, I will put it in the, I will pin their comments, comment please, because I've done 3 different subjects here. So, man, he has got a pretty good, he's strong. He's got a pretty good chance. Whether he needs to be or not is not the question, right? I mean, does he stand a chance? But partnership, it's all about his partnership. Who he picks as his running mate is going to be crucial in terms of whether he wins or not. The strength card, get out of here, people. Seriously. I mean, not y'all, you know what I mean. Oh my goodness, 9 of Cups. Holy moly. Newsom. The Hangman in the upright. You gotta be kidding me. Then 8 of Wands in the reverse. Because I'm doing reversals here. And then he has the High Priestess in the reverse. Let me get one more card for him. Give me an outcome, please. Princess of Cups, y'all, he actually has a good chance. He's got two strength cards. He's got the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Hangman, so things are not going to stall for him. He Eight of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Wands says things moving fast. It's going to be slow and steady for him. And he's got the High Priestess in the reverse. See, the High Priestess is the Moon card. It talks about intuition, etc. It also talks about something that is hidden, okay, something that is not yet shown or visible, but that's in the reverse. So that means there's clarity. And then he's got the Princess of Cups, which is very, very interesting. There, he is going to have the support. He's going to have the people's emotions. Oh man, I don't know. I'm about ready to cry at the moment. So whatever. Gavin Newsom. Can somebody please put the timestamps if you have been watching? Leave a comment and say the timestamps, and then I will post the timestamps so that people can watch. If you don't mind, I would appreciate that. Yeah, Gavin Newsom has got a very good chance. I mean, strength card twice and this. Oh my God, get out of here! It's like, and strength card is Leo, right? And what is he? He's a Libra, and Leo is his 11th house. 11th house talks about like-minded people, groups and friends from profession, etc. Gains from profession. He is actually he's going to have the support. He's going to have the support, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, if this is not what I expected to see, but dang. Right? So such is life. What are we going to do? So I just wanted to tell Delvin, that case, that young man who was missing. I mean, I'm obviously, a completely different continent, and obviously the family doesn't know me, and whatever, but I just want you to know that if there's any way you can communicate to the family, please let them know. Little old me sitting in little old Texas, my condolences are with the family, and I hope they find out exactly what happened, and this situation is resolved, and I really hope the young man, he rests in peace. So my condolences, heartfelt condolences to the family. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Any other questions? Any other subject? Anything else y'all want me to read on? Let's keep it political or anything, current affairs. So oh, my pleasure. I know, I hope they investigate properly, right? It's like terrible, terrible. So see, I'm also very, very, so I'm going to share something with y'all now, okay? This has got nothing to do with the readings and all. So I remember seeing, this whole kind of controversy. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations, my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. I had seen some documentaries, legit documents with documentary with proofs and this and that and everything, not with faces blurred and all kind of stuff, like legit. The shenanigans that go on, and how organ harvesting is done. How certain hospitals, the manipulation, what happens, how it happens. Because I was, oh, absolutely. My pleasure, Debbie. Like, I always was curious about how do they harvest the organs, right? When the person is supposedly brain dead. So brain dead, but they still keep them going on the ventilator. So that means they're alive, correct? The ventilator. I don't know. That's a very fine line. I don't know the legalities of it. So if you're brain dead, but your they're pumping oxygen in you and your chest is going up and down because you're breathing and exhaling. um, so then does that mean you're alive technically? So when they when they take your organ, they have to take it while you're alive. They cannot take it from a dead person, correct? A person who has stopped breathing and a person who has stopped living, right? So then they keep you alive, they keep you going on the ventilator, and then they harvest your organ, and then they just let you die. And they pull the plug, and once they pull the plug, how soon, within how many minutes do you technically, legally, fully, completely are deceased? I'm sorry this is graphic, but these are the thoughts I've had, and I've been thinking about these things for a while. And then I saw the documentary and I freaked out, man. And then I went into a deep dive. I wish I hadn't. I went and researched up the yin yang and did so much research into it. Finally, I said, I was an organ donor. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'd rather donate my body for research, for scientific research, but I'm not doing this organ donation bull crap. That's just my personal thing. I'm not. Because I feel my personal opinion, and we are all entitled to our opinions, and each of us, it's our body, you decide what you want to do, it's all good. Uh, I feel there's a lot of shady business that goes on, so I don't know. Now, on the other side, yeah, organ donation could save a lot of other lives and this, that, and the other. That's fine. I get it. That part of it I understand. But for example, let's say there's an alcoholic guy or a gal, and then their liver is all shot to shit, and they're 30, 40, 50 years and still have, otherwise they're healthy and they're in line for a liver, you know, donation. I don't want my organs to go to somebody like that, because who forced that individual to become an alcoholic? There are ways to get over it. Why should I? I'd rather my organs are donated to somebody who truly deserves it, like a young person, whoever person who for no fault of theirs has ended up being in a unhealthy situation, like whatever, cirrhosis. There's so many other ways that can happen, not just because of alcohol. And so that's fine. That vacillation between what is right and what is wrong, and there's a fine line. These things have always played in my mind, but after watching that, I was like, hell no. I'm like, I'll donate my body to science. I want to give them all my medical records. Usually they don't disclose all that. They don't know the person's name, the person's ethnicity, age, this, that, and the other. I want to do everything. I want to give them all my information, my name, my date of birth, my blood group, my everything, like everything, all my medical files, everything, because it's for research. Take it and do your research, right? The more information you have, the better. But I saw this comment where somebody, couple of people actually, not somebody, well within the United States, y'all, I'm not talking about some other country, the nurses who were in the last stage, they care for you, I don't know what they're called, not palliative nurses, but in the hospital, they were commenting about the patient's skin and how nice the skin was and this and that, and kind of insinuating that maybe the skin could help somebody. So come to find out, skin, it's not just skin grafting, so it's not organ donation. Your skin is the largest organ, right? They also use human skin from these people who are, it's also part of the organ donation, the skin, and then they use it for other people and for other purposes. Now, I don't know how that works medically and scientifically, like, skin grafting, I get it, but I don't know how that works. But if that is true, are you telling me, I'm sorry, this is gross, so if you are a bit queasy and things like that, this is where you need to go la la la, and not hear this, or just log out for a second or so? I mean, imagine literally peeling off somebody's skin while they are in the last stages and then donating it. Like, I can't even comprehend that stuff. It's like, what the hell is going on in this universe? So I'm sure there is a certain faction of people who would argue that that could help a burn victim, or whatever. I get it. Yeah, largest organ in the human body is the skin, right? We all know that. So I get it. But apparently that's big business, y'all. I hate to use the term business, but apparently that is a big business. I'm like freaking out, like, what is going on? So then let's rewind and go back and visit. So if a person is brain dead, but they put you up, hook you up to ventilators and this and that, and they keep your heart pumping and keep the oxygen in and out of your body, and then they harvest the organ, do they, because you can't harvest the organ from a dead person, right? That's no use, correct? Somebody who was in the medical field, help me out here. Anybody in the medical field. So because it's like within so many minutes or so many seconds you have to harvest. I don't think they'll be able to cut open and harvest, right? Because it's not just the organ, there'll be the other veins and whatever that they also have to, it's a delicate surgery. So they keep the person alive, they take this organ out, and then do they just full off everything and let the person, so does the person feel pain? But then the person is supposedly brain dead. So I don't understand. And then how many minutes does it take for the person to completely go flat once the ventilator is removed? Man, sometimes these thoughts enter my mind and I kind of freaking work myself up into a tizzy, and it kind of bothers me and sits in my head, and I kind of walk around like a zombie because I just cannot wrap my head around all this. But I also saw another documentary where I think it was a porcine. They went to some farm again within the United States. There was a porcine, a pig that they picked up from the farm, and the pig donated an organ to a living man, and he's fine. But they didn't come back and say what happened to the pig. So I don't know. But then there's another group of people who say, well, we eat pork, so I get it, but I don't even know why I went on this loopity loop, y'all. Let's talk about something else. I don't know why I went on the subject. But again, I do request, if anybody's been watching from the beginning, if you can please put the timestamps, because I think I did 3. We started with this Trump and Dimitri, then we did something else and something else. So Ghislaine Maxwell and Gavin Newsom, if you can put the timestamps, I'd really appreciate it. I'd pin your comments so others can go and watch or skip or whatever. So yeah, that's true, Delvin. I mean, these are things that we can't just sweep under the carpet. We do, um, yeah, pig heart valves, but so, yeah, it is what it is. Such is life, right? But anywho, y'all, this is all I got for y'all today. I don't have anything else interesting going on. Follow me on TikTok. I do lives over there and I post videos also. Please help me grow my followers over there. I'd greatly appreciate y'all, as well as over here. I think the last time I checked on TikTok, I was up to 75 or 76, and I was so excited about it. So thank you all for your support, for your kindness, for being here. And do subscribe. If you aren't a subscriber, do subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments. I read them, and you can email me. My email address is there if there's any particular case you want me to read on. I also do post once a month for the month ahead, which I have already done for August. And every Wednesdays is for members only, so please do join. It's a subscription. It's $4 something. Please do subscribe. And that's all I got for y'all today. All right, everybody. So I'm going to say blessed be y'all, right? So thank you, everybody. It was good to see all of y'all. Take care. Be safe. Have a great rest of the weekend. And I will catch you around. All right. Bye for now, everybody.